13 days. Well, probably 14 or 15 now since your boy's last video. So before we get started with this combo video that was supposed to come out ages ago, for those of you who don't know, my shift schedule changed for my job. So I pretty much work nights now instead of days. So it's just messed up my whole schedule. So trying to get adjusted, and I'm just going to really be pushing, just really try to push for videos, even though it's going to be really late when I make them. But your boy's back. I'm going to be uploading consistently, at least trying to. Just be patient with me with my schedule. So thank you for your guys' support. The numbers for some reason are going up, even though I haven't been uploading anything. So appreciate that to you new subscribers. And if you are new, please just throw that subscribe button and that thumbs up button, the notification bell, so you know when I upload. And let's just go into this desired combo video, since my topping of the regional for Lexington, Kentucky. So hopefully with the new format, this deck doesn't have to change too much, but I do owe you guys this combo video. So let's get on into this combo video, all right? All right, you guys. So pretty much with this combo, it's going to be Aqua Dolphin with a discard with pretty much any kind of extender. And these two are pretty much just extra, but we're just going to go ahead and do this. So now with like Droll being in the format, Aqua Dolphin's normal summon is like very kind of important now, especially if you are able to do it. But obviously this was, you know, my Lexington, Kentucky event. So got to finish doing the combo video for you guys. It took a lot longer to redo it because I messed it up the first time and I had to redo it, and I was just busy. But now we're back, and I'll do this the right way this time. So, of course, we're going to start off with our normal summon Aqua Dolphin, using Aqua Dolphin's effect. So the thing with this is, we could pitch Mist to search for Ferris, which would probably be the best way to do it, or discard Malicious. But the best thing about it is, even if you do Malicious, you can go into Cross Crusader anyway with Aqua Dolphin. You'll just be using your Malicious a little earlier than maybe you'd want. But in this case, we'll do Aqua Dolphin, pitching Mist, and maybe we could potentially rip an Ash Blossom or even Droll and Lockbird out of their hand now. So let's say we took out a card. So now they got 4. We will trigger Shadow Mist's effect in the graveyard to search for a hero. And of course, since we normal summoned, that's what happened in the video last time. I kind of normal summoned twice, but we are not going to be making that mistake this time. So now we have our Ferris. Of course, we'll reveal Ferris, pitching Mally. Summon Ferris, obviously using his effect to get our increase. Now with increase, we can use increase to tribute Ferris. But here's one thing I actually started liking to do. We'll keep Ferris here. So we'll go ahead and link these two off. Since Aqua Dolphin is a warrior, we can actually go ahead and make our Crosskeeper. I don't know if you guys can see him that well, but you guys know what Crosskeeper does. So we'll use Crosskeeper to target the Malicious Engrave, special summon it, and then we will use Cross Crusader's effect to tribute Malicious to obviously get us our search. And in this case, we'll actually go ahead and search for, just get Liquid Soldier. Now what we'll do is we will activate Malicious Engrave, banishing it to summon another copy. Now we got our Malicious. Now we will go ahead and link these two off for our Infernal Divisor. So if you guys don't know what this does, of course we reveal the Hero Fusion monster, and we add up to 2 of the materials. The reason why I like it because he's a fiend. So if we wanted to make him first, and then we could tribute this with increase to then make, Vaughn and, So if you wanted to go this way first, you could. So you could save using cross, depending on which way you want to do it first. I like to keep increase here just in case I need one of my link monsters to dodge an effect, especially if they didn't like normally no one really stops this because they're just like, oh, you're just adding Grand Mole and Dark Panther. So yeah, we've revealed the Nebula NEOS, which will add the Dark Panther and the Grand Mole. And this is pretty much our free discard stuff for when we do our Liquid Soldier effect. So then, now we add those to our hand. Now we'll actually go ahead and use our Increase Tribute, our Divisor, summon Increase. Now we'll use Increase effect, summon Vion. Vion will now send Denier to the graveyard. So now we'll send our Denier. And then of course triggering his second effect. Let's just go ahead and banish the Divisor because it's not really going to do anything for us anymore. So go ahead and grab us that copy of Polymerization. Now what we can do is we can actually use Vion and Increase to go ahead and make our Wonder Driver. Now when we do that, we can go ahead and use our Denier since we haven't used his effect yet. Summon him using his effect. Let's go ahead and put Malicious on top of the deck. Now since we don't want to draw into Malicious, let's go ahead and use Malicious effect just to bring out the copy to make the deck even thinner. Now what we could do, let's go ahead and activate our Polymerization. Fusing away our Liquid Soldier with Denier. We will actually go ahead and summon Sunrise underneath this Wonder Driver. Of course, Wonder Driver's mandatory effect targeting Polymerization in the grave. Chainlink 2 Liquid Soldier, Chainlink 3 Sunrise. So now when we resolve the chain, Sunrise will go off. Let's go ahead and grab that copy of Miracle Fusion. Now our Liquid Soldier's effect's gonna happen. So let's go ahead and give the deck a good old shuffle. And now we'll draw our 2. A Droll and a Fusion Destiny, not bad. And of course, the stuff that we freely discard would be one of the Spatians. And now our Wonder Driver resets our Polymerization. Now where do we continue from here? Well, that's very simple. We can pretty much fuse these two to make DPE, because we don't have access to you know, our Spirit NEOS yet, and we still need our favorite contact. So we could go that route, or if you really wanted to, we could end shuffle Sunrise away. Oh, well, this Polymerization set on the field. We could end shuffle Sunrise away for our Spirit of NEOS, but then that doesn't give us access to our Wake Up Your Elemental Hero anymore. So we don't want to do that. So we'll go ahead and actually Polymerization the Sunrise and the Malicious for DPE. Now that we got Sunrise in the graveyard, let's go ahead and actually activate our Miracle Fusion now. Sending him, and I like to just do Cross Crusader just in case I haven't seen any Sprite players in a while, but you never know if they want to just take a Link 2 out of your grave just to take a, you know, a Link 2 body. Miracle Fusion them away for Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. Now this is where we can choose to activate DPE's effect, which we will go ahead and do. Activate his effect. Now this is where people are like, well, what about Nib? Well, we just use Aqua Dolphin, so we're pretty safe from Nibiru because we saw their hand and we know they don't have it. So, and plus Nibiru doesn't really seem to be like the main decked hand trap right now. It's mostly Gammas, Ashes, Ogres, and Drolls. That's like the main ones right now. So go ahead and use Phoenix, pop Wake Up in himself. Of course, we want to Chainlink 1 Wake Up, Chainlink 2 Forcer. So now that's where we get our Spirit of NEOS out onto play. Now, of course, we will trigger Spirit of NEOS on Summon Effect to be able to get us our favorite contact. And now here's where we can get a little fun. Let's go ahead and use our Spirit of NEOS' effect to shuffle himself back into the deck to summon out the best boy, the man, Elemental Hero NEOS. Now that we have NEOS, we can actually have access to him again. We pretty much have COSMO NEOS on lock right now. But how can we make things worse for our opponent? Well, I'll show you. Since we have the end shuffle, let's actually go ahead and put NEOS back into the deck. You're like, but Trinity, you need NEOS. How are you gonna get NEOS back out on the field? Well, you'll see. Or because you don't have to follow my deck profile specifically. because we do have the Fusion Destinies in our hand, right? What if you choose to play, like, you know, 2 Phoenix Enforcers? You know, maybe instead of Dangerous or Dystopia, since I guess if you don't know, our time rules changed to where we have 45 minutes now instead of 40. So I haven't really gotten into time issues yet. So Dystopia might be cut for another DPE. So let's actually say we had our second Phoenix. Let's say Dystopia is our second Enforcer. We'll use our Japanese one. So I wouldn't have gone this route because I don't play 2 DPE. Pretty much what I would have done was End Shuffle would have stayed. You know, NEOS wouldn't be here. And it would pretty much, my setup would normally just be this. So it would have been Wonder with NEOS. DPE would return very shortly. But the one thing I would actually do too is Fusion Destiny. And this is what we would do. We actually would put our Crosskeeper, and we need a Destiny hero, so we could either choose Dark Angel or Plasma. It doesn't matter which one. So we'll put Plasma and Crosskeeper in here. And if you guys aren't unfamiliar, this is actually the recipe to make Destiny Hero dangerous. But why are we making Destiny Hero dangerous? Why is this happening? So again, I will keep showing you. The reason why we make dangerous is when we favorite contact during our opponent's turn. So let's say, you know, we pass our turn on this board. You know, they think this board is very weak. They don't have any idea. They have no idea what's going to happen to them. Because, you know, they just see this board and they're like, oh, there's no negates. He's just going to have Phoenix come back. There's nothing I need to worry about. So, because most of the time, when you reveal you reveal the Nebula NEOS, you know, because they have no idea that Cosmo's in. They have no idea what you're actually planning to do. They have no idea about the Cosmo NEOS. They only see this and they're just like, oh, he's just gonna negate one card and draw some stuff. Yeah, that's no big problem. So when this happens, you know, they draw for their turn. We will go favorite contact, and they're like, okay, yeah. And most of the time, well, not even most of the time, it usually always resolves because there's really nothing they have in response to it. So there's our Mole, there's our Panther, and then our Aqua Dolphin. And then they're like, wait, Aqua Dolphin too? Because, you know, they only saw these 3. They didn't remember about the Aqua Dolphin. So they go back to the bottom of the deck. I'll actually keep them to the side so I can replay if you were playing 2 DPE instead of just 1. And then, of course, our Cosmo NEOS would come out. So we have mandatory Chainlink 1 Wonder Driver. We will target our Miracle Fusion to reset. And since we made Dangerous with Crosskeeper, we made an Elemental Hero Fusion monster. So now we can Chainlink 2 Crosskeeper and then Chainlink 3 Cosmo NEOS. So now it'll go, they can't activate cards. And since they go to the bottom of the deck, not shuffled, you don't have to worry about drawing them as bricks. We will draw our 2. And then 1 would go back to the bottom of the deck. Fusion Destiny is basically dead, so we would put Fusion Destiny back on the bottom of the deck. And then Wonder Driver resolves, giving us Miracle Fusion. And then when we enter standby phase, Phoenix Enforcer will return. So now they can't activate cards. They're under a Forcer. You drew some cards. Not only that, we have Droll, Imperm for next turn. So they're not surviving. Like, this is not happening. But if you guys don't want to play Dystopia, because most of the time people like 2 DPE, considering Kashtira as a deck. So let's go back a few steps. So, if you were playing 2 DPE, you could choose to end shuffle Stratos. I mean, you can choose to end shuffle NEOS away for Stratos. That's what I meant to get at. For Stratos, using Stratos' effect, we will now go ahead and grab our Dark Angel. And now, since the 2 Destiny heroes are in the graveyard, you could activate Dark Angel's effect, give them Dark Angel. So now they have Dark Angel. And of course, this is with having 2 DPE in deck because we do have the Fusion Destiny that we need access to. So now we would go ahead and do the Fusion Destiny. Of course, using the NEOS we just put in there. And then Plasma's the only one left, so then we'd have to use Plasma. So using NEOS and Plasma would make our second copy of Phoenix Enforcer on the field. Now we have NEOS back in there. So what would happen now is their turn would pass. Now they have no spells. So draw phase would happen, of course. I usually always do favorite contact on the draw phase. So now favorite contact will happen. Of course, we put NEOS and the Spacians back into the bottom of the deck. And then, of course, the Cosmo would come out. And, of course, we'll do Chainlink 1 Wonder because it's mandatory. We'll reset Miracle. And then Chainlink 2, well, we'll actually do this in defense, sorry. Chainlink 2 Cosmo. And then we will get our Miracle Fusion set. Now they can't activate cards. And then standby phase will happen to where our beautiful DPE would come out. So, of course, you can only use them once per turn. But Phoenix would let you be able to end shuffle the NEOS back and basically make another one. But I like using Dangerous to put the Crosskeeper in there because I only play one copy of it, and then that's pretty much the other way to get access to it. And then just being able to draw resources during your opponent's turn, putting some bricks back in that you know you won't need, like the other fusion decks. I'm like, yeah, I don't need it, so I'll put it back in the deck. But yeah, guys, that was pretty much our first combo with Aqua Dolphin with a discard and an extender. Freaking insane. And choosing to either use that or this, depending on how you want to do the build, because if you don't want to run Dystopia and run 2 copies of Phoenix Enforcer just because of, you know, Kashtira, I understand. Dystopia doesn't really go for time anymore. I think I might still side him just in case. But yeah, guys, that was the first combo with Aqua Dolphin and the extender. All right, we got Stratos, Liquid Soldiers, Mist, and NEOS. So pretty much if they had the answer for Stratos, we'd be pretty much toast here. But let's go ahead and use Stratos. So let's get our Miracle Fusion here. Got the deck a good old shuffle. Just believe in the heart of the cards, get some good cards. And what we get? Oh, we got Crosskeeper and End Shuffle. That's amazing. And of course, like I said, but we could pitch the you know, the Spacians, but we kind of need Denier in our graveyard. So let's go ahead and pitch Denier to get him in there. So wow, we do have our End Shuffle, which actually very, very, very helpful. So let's actually go ahead and use Denier real quick to summon himself, triggering his effect, putting back Malicious. We're gonna go ahead and use these 2 to make our Wonder Driver. And now what we'll do is activate our End Shuffle on Stratos, putting him back in the deck. Get our Spirit NEOS out this way. But like you said, you guys, sometimes it just kind of comes down to luck. Triggering Wonder Driver is 1, Spirit is 2. So we'll just go ahead and reset Polymerization because that's what we're going to need. Spirit will obviously get our favorite contact. But as you guys saw, we have NEOS in our graveyard already. So we are unable to use Spirit and NEOS second effect to shuffle him back, but we actually have the End Shuffle. So what we can do is trigger End Shuffle's effect, banish it, shuffle back our 1 NEOS to draw a card. So putting NEOS back in the deck. Now, because I've been playing this version of this build some time, it's just like it's easier to just really just come off these combos off the top of your head. So obviously give that a good shuffle. And we'll draw a card. And it's Called by the Grave. Can't hurt to have that. So now we'll trigger our Spirit and NEOS second effect to summon out NEOS. So now we actually, pretty much because we had the NEOS, we were able to just pretty much just draw an extra card. So that's obviously a pretty awesome thing to have. So look at our hand, you guys. Like, this is ridiculous. So now we'll use our Malicious in our graveyard. Sorry about that. Now we'll use our Malicious. Summon our other copy of Malicious. Now we use Polymerization. Our Malicious and Sun for Phoenix. And obviously we can't make Aqua Dolphin now because, you know, we use Cross Crusader. We can't special summon anything else other than heroes right now. But if we really wanted to, we could use Cross Keeper's effect right now. So let's go ahead and use Cross Keeper, pitch him to actually summon just Shadow Mist. So that way, if it leaves the field next turn, because like we can pop, instead of popping Phoenix, we can pop our Wake Up with our Shadow Mist to get basically double searches. Because Shadow Mist will be negated when it comes to the field, but we want to be able to get an extra search. So we use Cross Crusader, targeting Mist. Well, it doesn't target, so sorry. We'll summon Mist to the field, and now we'll actually be able to draw more cards with Cross Keeper in our graveyard. So now we'll go ahead and Miracle Fusion. We'll Miracle Fusion our Sunrise with our Cross Crusader again. So we'll go ahead and fuse those two away. For obviously our Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, I'm going to put him on the far right side. And that's going to trigger our Cross Keeper's effect again to banish him, and we'll get to draw 2 cards and place one on the bottom of the deck. So let's go ahead and give our deck a good old shuffle again. As you guys can see, I do it like right here. There's no cuts, no nothing. When I got the end shuffle and the Cross Keeper, that was just straight luck. So here's the shuffle. Draw 2, put them right there. And it was a Book of Eclipse with a Hero Lives. So we don't necessarily need the Hero Lives because our field is probably not going to be empty. So let's go ahead and put our Hero Lives back in the bottom of the deck. And now look at our hand, you guys. So we don't have 3 Destiny Heroes in the graveyard at the moment. So if we really wanted to, we could actually go ahead and trigger off Phoenix's effect. Since NEOS is going to go back into the deck anyway, we'll pop Phoenix and NEOS, obviously triggering Phoenix's effect in grave. Activate Dark Angel's effect, put him in the grave, target himself, put it to the opponent's side of the field, and now we can set our Called By, our Book of Eclipse, Favorite Contact, and Impermanence face down. And now during their, pretty much during their turn, when standby phase, so unfortunately we have to wait for standby phase. So when standby phase happens, we'll bring back Phoenix, and then immediately trigger his effect. So hopefully they won't have anything, but normally they probably wouldn't because now they have a monster on their side of the field. So if they like top deck Imperm or just something crazy, so even if they had like Ogre or Veiler or something weird, it's the standby phase, so Phoenix will still be able to go through because of Veiler. But now we'll trigger Phoenix. We will pop Mist and Wake Up. Obviously we'll do Wake Up second because we want this to go through. So we'll do Wake Up 1, Shadow Mist 2, triggering their effects. So Shadow Mist goes. Let's just go ahead for our turn. Let's just go ahead and grab another copy of Stratos because then we can just blow up their back row, search for anything we need, and then Wake Up's gonna happen. Summoning our Aqua Dolphin. Now if they just furtherly have nothing, then we can trigger our, gosh, I almost forgot where I put stuff. Now we can trigger our Favorite Contact. And they're probably just going like, what is this guy doing? Because they obviously are just like, what in the hell? Oh, they're obviously in my hand. So then we'll put them back in the deck. And then of course we're gonna summon him underneath our Wonder Driver so we can get that effect. We will be able to get rid of the Dark Angel because we wanted to search the Shadow Mist, but that's fine. So now it'll go Chainlink 1 Wonder Driver, targeting our Miracle Fusion, and then Cosmo NEOS will be Chainlink 2. And that pretty much just will skip their turn again. So they could get rid of the Dark Angel, but they're gonna just take 1900 damage, so we could probably deal with that. Because we don't want to flip everything face down because that'd be pointless. So that was our back row again. We set our Miracle, have Eclipse. I mean, this is just a killer to Kashtira anyway. So if they, I mean, Dark Angel kills Kashtira anyway. So even if they had any kind of way to get rid of it, they're just, we got Eclipse to back us up. So, but yeah, you guys, this is pretty much why this deck was able to do so well at the regional. I was able to just constantly be able to continuously make this board. I can't remember how every duel went, but being able to keep doing stuff like this was just very incredible. So if you guys enjoyed this combo video, I know it's like very, very delayed. But I appreciate your guys' patience and the continued support, because like I said before, the numbers are still going up. So I appreciate you coming in, still showing support, even though it's been a couple weeks. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna keep pushing the content. We have a new format, so I'm gonna try to figure out the best way to deal with that, because I'm actually gonna be able to play at locals tonight. Depending on whenever you see this video, I don't know when it's gonna go up, but that's gonna happen. So I'll get to see what the new format's like, build a deck based on that. And anyway, you guys, I'm gonna be done. This is gonna be your boy Trinity Wolf signing out. If you're new to the channel, subscribe if you're new. Smash that thumbs up button, and I will see you guys